Oh, right, I have this other YouTube channel with like almost 1,000 subs on it. Long time no speak, guys. Wow. Whole lot's happened with me, and I am sending out this broadcast to update you all about me and my life and my situation. So, maybe I'll put this computer somewhere where I cannot have to deal with holding it anymore. I guess I should probably film these things on my phone, but I'm old school and I like my laptop. So, where to even begin? Holy shit. So I'm not sure exactly when it was that I opened this YouTube account. I want to say it was sometime around 2007. It was a long time ago anyway. Pretty much right around the time YouTube got started. And I uploaded a couple student films that I had done at Oberlin. And one in particular was a piece set in the woods with like dark ambient music I had written. And it was basically a music video. I took that material down at some point for some series of reasons. And then kind of relaunched the channel in connection with my work doing instrument design, which has been, I think probably that's the majority of people here probably are subscribed to this because of my stuff with Special Stage, Ming Mecha and Ming Micro and all of that. Something I've kind of realized about Ming Mecha, to just kind of jump right into this, is that really Ming Mecha was successful more as a music video than as a product, you know. I'm very proud of what I built with that thing, and the people that bought units really seemed to love them. But it was just not a mass marketable idea. That trailer that I made, though, had a kind of mass appeal, because wow, that was just like a crazy YouTube moment for me, because I had had some little, like, quasi-viral videos with, like, I did that Commodore 64 keytar, which was, it was just a MIDI box SID, if you know what that is, put into this crazy form factor. But the Ming Mecha trailer really blew up, and suddenly I was giving interviews to the enthusiast press about it, and Ian Bogost was tweeting about it, and like, that trailer was just getting shared all over the place. But I really think it's mostly because I wrote a really dope track for it, and then shot a really cool bunch of visuals for it. Again, it was like a music video, and probably just the vibe of it was where most of that attention was coming from. Well, anyway, the long and short of it is, I am trying to kind of embrace the parts of that worked. So, I'm trying to reinvent myself as some kind of recording artist. I really want to write and perform songs. I don't know if there's anything up on this channel. There have been things at various times. Maybe there's some stuff in there if you dig. That involve me singing or things like that, but there's going to be a lot of that going forward. So basically what I'm going to do with this channel is use it as my kind of artist diary as I try to make this crazy album I've been imagining for a while. And all the visual art and lore stuff that's going on around it. And just my life as I try to transition into this other mode. This crazy mode that I have no idea like how I'm going to do. But I'm going to be documenting it. And yeah, I just want to make a really, really good album. And some really cool pictures to go along with it. So if that sounds cool, I hope you'll stick around for the ride. If not, no hard feelings. Thank you for supporting this channel in the past, and for whatever reason you were here, thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart. It just means the world to me when my work can connect with people. So, yeah, for those that are sticking around, hello. For those that are leaving, goodbye. And I guess I'll talk a little bit now about this project and what's been going on in my life and all this sort of vloggy stuff that I'm now going to be filling this channel with. Where to begin, man? I mean, maybe just with some personal stuff. I just did a video for my Facebook social network stuff. Not speaking very well here. Because I think that there are differences between these systems. You know, Facebook is maybe a little bit more of a personal space, maybe. I saw someone make a remark to that effect recently anyway and agreed with it. So I wanted to tailor it slightly differently. This video exists for several reasons. One is to bridge it to my other YouTube channel, which is called Sync Century, where I'm dealing with a lot of very strange ideas about synchronicity, because basically the story is that synchronicity kind of came crashing into my life in a really intense way. And it coincided with a lot of other structures dissolving in my life, you know. It was like this relationship that I was in fell apart. I got dumped, basically. And it was, you know, I had been with this girl for like 13 years, and it was a major section of my life that suddenly, maybe not so suddenly, but you know what I mean. There was an expectation that even though we had problems, somehow it was all going to work out. This is my naive idea about it. It wasn't going to work out, so it's all over. And very much in the past, I'm a year out from that whole thing now. Although, you know, when you're with someone for more than a decade, separation process is difficult, particularly when you're also quite isolated, which I've been, because also my business fell apart and my whole identity was falling apart, and it was falling apart in relationship to these very odd experiences. And so I've been trying to understand those experiences, and that's what I've been doing over on this other channel. Just because I don't, you know, I have no idea who's watching this video, so I don't know how to prepare you for what's going on that other channel. I imagine to some people it's going to seem pretty nuts over there. I've shot probably over 50 hours of content now about these topics. And my decision about all that stuff in the end is that I'm not interested in really aggressively pushing my worldview about that stuff. I relate to synchronicity in a very particular way, and it's fueling my creativity right now. And so this album is going to be made in a synchronistic way, and will feature various synchronistic... It's so weird to even talk about this stuff. Synchronistic ideas and topics and things, but really my ambition is just to make an excellent psychedelic guitar album with my voice at the center, because it turns out I'm actually an okay singer. And so that's okay. That's a little bit about the project, but I don't want to talk about that too much yet, because I'm just trying to awkwardly trying to describe all these weird aspects of my life now. Yeah, it's just been a very strange couple of years, and now I want to make some art about it, because I think that's really where this all belongs in the end. So, if you want to look at that other stuff, have a look. I would suggest you start with the early stuff and go through it piece by piece, otherwise none of this probably wouldn't make any sense. Or not, I don't know. It would probably be a really weird mind trip to just like jump in at a random location with completely cold and just behold the craziness of like media sync. But, well, so anyway, really what this is about me trying to realize my potential and follow my dreams. You know, I really, really want to make it here. I've never had the courage to pursue it, because it's really frightening to admit what you want in the world and then pursue it, you know? it's it's tricky, especially when you're good at a lot of things, you know. I have a PhD in electronic music, and really, it was not hard for me to get that PhD. You know, it was I just kind of breezed through it. I saw so many people struggling, and I struggled too. It was hard. Like, it's a very isolating experience getting a PhD, and it's really high pressure, and there's all kinds of weird politics you have to navigate, and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it was a nightmare, but there was never any danger of, like, you know, I dealt with every challenge there, at least enough to get by, and usually more than that, you know. So it kind of seemed like, and I kind of even imagined, like, yeah, okay, I found my zone in life. I'm going to be a really successful academic. Well, but then that wasn't really satisfying me. So I tried to switch into, okay, I'm going to run this company designing tools for other creative people. But that wasn't really going to satisfy me either, because I'm a creative person and I just want to make art. And my whole life had become designing circuits and programming. It's like, oh yeah, it turns out I can do that stuff well enough to have a little success with it, but it's not actually what makes me want to live. What makes me want to work every day and put energy into things is the creative aspects of it. So anyway, in the end, it's just all really obvious. Yep, I'm a creative artist. I have all the fucking things that happen when you're a creative artist, like weird belief systems, strange attitudes, kinds like vaguely antisocial sorts of attitudes, because I'm very introverted and all of this stuff and blah, 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 blah. So this is basically me just coming out as an art freak and trying to, now at 34, like, really wrench my life around in this direction of putting my art first. It's been a confidence issue. You know, I just have not believed in it enough to do it. But like I was saying, as soon as you believe enough in yourself to do something, suddenly there's a whole bunch of, you know, logistics, and we have to plan all this stuff, and how are we going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the middle of figuring all that stuff out. It's like, the place I'm living in right now, it's my parents' house. It's being sold, so I have to move to a city and get work. I've applied to a bunch of different stuff. Still doing that. Run around with stuff. Got other, you know, I'm trying to transition into writing stock music, blah, blah, blah. Anybody has any ideas, leads, couches I could stay on? Just advice for how to approach any of this sort of stuff. I'm just all ears. I would really like to make this as interactive as possible, which is also why I'm very excited to treat this channel. Did I already say this? To treat this channel as a more or less a studio diary. I'm going to be uploading a lot of fragments of things I'm working on as I work on them, because I just really think I need to get, like, you know, like, just start wiggling with art. Like, it's enough. I'm tired of being so timid with it and constantly maybe, like, embarrassed to show things that aren't finished or blah, blah, blah. It's like, let's just get over our, you know, I'm talking to myself here. I need to get over my creative inhibitions. So that's really my ambition with this channel going forward. Creative inhibition, just personal inhibitions, you know, just being myself in a more organic way on camera, including all of my weirdness and maybe, I don't know, strange attitudes and who knows what it is. But so, yeah, I'm now feeling like just jamming and playing some music, actually. So let's do that. I got a new guitar. It's a really cheap, it's like the cheapest guitar I could find that I thought looked cool enough to inspire me to play it. You know what I mean? I think maybe that's a somewhat alchemical thing to do, to prioritize the look of an instrument over its sound. actually a little rusty on guitar at the moment because I just got this bass. And so I've been readjusting my brain to bass brain recently, so yeah, apologies for the slightly sloppy muting and stuff there. Let's see here. So recently I've discovered that, and this relates to this weird synchronicity stuff, like, it's mostly about emptying yourself out. It's about shifting your ego slightly to the right so that this little door can open and this weird unconscious stuff can come through. And that's what I try to do. I try to just zero out and let something happen. So let's do that. See if we can do that live on camera right now. It never works when you prep it like this, you know, but I'm probably overloading this mic and it probably sounds fucking terrible. Well, I actually wanted to track with these fresh strings later, so I don't want to diminish their beautiful harmonic content too much more, but I don't know, some little indication of vibe. Yeah, it's going to be a big distorted electric guitar record, but I'm also trying to work in lots of atmospheric stuff. I have some kind of ambition to make this all a little ghostly in the end, because I think that's also very related to these ideas about synchronicity and so on. Okay. Well, that's maybe the end of this video. I don't know. Yeah. The new project is called Obey Jennifer, in reference to Jennifer's advice to Marty. In Back to the Future, remember? Because she tells him to just send in the fucking demo tape because it's good. And everyone knows it's good. So, in the spirit of the name of this new weird band I'm trying to start, I'm just gonna cut now into the demo that convinced me to give this a shot. I've been working on this cover of Dangerous Woman. It's a weird anima thing. We'll talk about it. So I've been working on this cover, and then YouTube taught me how to access new areas of my voice. Here is this weird unfinished demo that's mostly me just like blawing in like gibberish, because it's like pretty it's like improvised variations on Dangerous Woman. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for more shit.
Oh, that you got skin to skin. Oh my God, won't you start, boy? Something about you.
A little more heavy on those power chords.
Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me wanna do things that I should have. Something about. Hey, yeah. Woman makes me want